Good morning, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. My people, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, his friendship, and or his fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American? My people, there is nothing particularly important that I should bring to your attention as it relates to the activities that transpired while I protested. And as you know, when I have finished protesting, and I brought you an update as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring you something from the word of the Most High God. Up to 10 years ago, I held the opinion that the Caucasians and the Israelites were just people, different race. I thought the Indians and the Africans and so on were just different race. However, it is not until I came to California that I realized that there is a big difference. Along with my faithfulness to the Most High and the studies of the scriptures and the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, it is when I came to realize that the Caucasians is completely different from us. Before that, I believed as the Seventh-day Adventists believed. However, I didn't buy into the full Ellen G. White concept. I read The Great Controversy, I read Preachers of Prophets, I read Isaiah of Ages, I read other books that she wrote. And coming from a source that I believed were inspired, they made sense. But after I start relying on the Most High God for direction and not man, after I start reading the scriptures for myself and not listening to what the preacher says, and after I start spending time with the Most High God in prayer, and the Most High God revealed himself to me, a lot of things were made clear. My people, the Most High God will use obstacle in your life to teach you valuable lessons. But most of us, when problems and obstacles comes, we complain, we bicker, and we worry instead of asking the Most High God, Father, what are the lessons you want me to learn by the things that I am confronted with? My people, my mother believed, as the Adventists believe. It was from my mother that I developed the principle of Adventism. And after my mother died, my sister Claire and Closita continued purchasing the Adventist books. So we always had an array of Adventist books in our home. But as I told you, it's not until I start searching the scriptures for myself. It is not until I start spending time with the Most High God in prayer. It's not until I start listening to the preacher, to the Holy Spirit instead of the preachers, that the Most High God led me into all truth. The Adventists will want you to believe that Ellen G. White was a prophet. She was not a prophet. She was not a prophet. The Most High God will never use someone who he hates to edify his people. He said, if you don't serve me, the rocks are going to cry out. So why would he use a member of the nation that he hates to edify his people? Why? Never. The Most High God used the hate that Ralph Gonsalves and the other members of the Caucasus community, the Caucasians in California, for black people and for me, to show me who they really are, to put biblical truths and teaching into perspective. My people, I did not know that the Caucasians of today are the Edomites of the Bible. I didn't know that. But when the Most High showed me it, and I spoke about it, then he qualified it. Let me tell you something. The Caucasians exposed me to the book of Enoch and the book of Joshua because they thought, like many other, I would have dispelled them. But I was looking for these books for quite a long time. Not necessarily looking, but I know there was something that was missing from the Bible. And when I found this book, I found the missing links. When I was small, my brother Albert started telling me some things. I said, Albert, where you get these things? Where you get these things? These are erroneous. He said, no. He said, so do you think that they don't know who Jesus is? They know who he is. Do you think they don't have pictures of Jesus? He asked me another question. He said, do you think that Enoch was such a righteous man that the Most High God take him up from the earth and take him back to heaven? And Enoch did not even pen one iota of words about the Most High God. He said, there's a book of Enoch. I said, there's no book of Enoch. I told him that. I doubted him. So he asked me the question again, do you think this man will be so righteous and God take him up from the earth without him seeing death? And he did not write anything at all? Just a mention in the Bible? I start thinking and say, what you're saying makes sense, but he just didn't write anything. So when I was exposed to the book of Enoch, I already know that Enoch should have written something. From the questioning of my brothers to get me thinking. My brother also told me that he wrote book, but they are hidden away. So when they were exposed to me, I was looking for them subliminally without knowing. I embrace them, I read them, I study them. And they put everything that was missing in the Bible and Christianity into perspective. My people, I always had an invincible mentality. I was always of the opinion that bad things can't happen to me. I can fight anyone and I will win. I can go into any dangerous situation and I will be okay. And I did it. But I did not even understand what was happening. I did not even understand that there was a reason for it until the Most High pointed it out to me. But thanks to Richard Ross and Ralph Gonsalves and their immense hate for me is who brought me to all of these biblical teaching, is they push me closer to the Most High God and make me reliant on the Most High God. My people, when I came to California, I was playing by the rules that they set out for us to play by. When people injure me, instead of fighting with them and arguing with them, I took them to the civil court. You see, but it was the Caucasians who were setting up these people to do these things. And when I took them to the civil court, they find a reason to dismiss every case I have. even before they reach a trial. I am no foolish man. I understand the law. The law is child's play to me. The law, to me, is like saying the ABCs. The things that most lawyers find difficult, I find them easy. The things that baffle most people, I find them easy. There is no lawyer in existence today, I don't care how long they've been practicing. I don't care if they have a doctorate in law. I don't care what their status in law is, whether they sit on the United States Supreme Court or in the Privy Council. They don't understand the law like I understand the law. There is no piece of law that you can bring to me and put it to me and I cannot decipher. When I went to the law library, and all they did was show me one thing, is how to find the case laws that were associated with the laws as written. And that's all they need to do. When lawyers were coming into the law library and asking for the manual, the guides, I will go into the law library and tell me, show me the law. And I will use the law to determine how to construct and format my complaint. I remember I used to take my complaint to this process place for them to review. And one of the lawyers said to me, Palmer, I don't know why you just come here. I don't know why you just come here, because you always have the things done right. You don't need our help. She wasn't supposed to tell me that. But she told me that because she knew even when they tell me something, I go and I research it and I come back. It is as I say and not as they told me. They couldn't fool me. She told me, Palmer, I don't know why you come here, because you always got the thing right. You know how to do the thing. I don't know how you know it, but you know how to do it. That is because it's the Most High God who opened my mind to these things. That is why when they take me to criminal court to try to get my police criminal record, they are never successful. They are never successful. They can't handle me in the understanding of the law. I've never went to law school. The only training in law that I have is the basic training to be able to distinguish crimes as its practice is in policing. But I took it to another level. With that said, I am telling you that you have to pay attention to the things that I say. I am not repeating what some pastors say on the rostrum. Most of those pastors have involved in homosexuality, and they are the enemies of the Most High God, working on the agenda of the white man to ensure that you become a slave and you end up in hell. I am not working with the agenda of the white man, I'm working with the agenda of the Most High God. So that is why when they send the police at me, and I stand my grounds, and I said to those two police officers who came particularly to take away my rights as they normally did, I just said to them, I said, Most High God, let their wives become widows and their children become fatherless. Let their wives become widows and their children become fatherless. Let their wives become widows and their children become fatherless. And when they realized what I was saying, both of them back away. And they left. They became afraid. And a few weeks later, in succession, there were those two police officers' funerals. I thought that phrase was an original phrase that I came up with. That was the Most High God putting it in my head to say to them, because He know He's going to make an example of the people here. And recently, while I was perusing the Psalms, I realized that David uttered those same words. The words that the Most High God gave David to utter, the Most High God gave me the same words to utter. I thought that I was the creator of those words. I thought that those words were unique to me. But the Most High gave those same words to his servant David. And when he gave those same words to the servant David, and David prayed his prayer of vengeance, the same thing happens. Their wives become widows and their children became fatherless. King Saul and Absalom. My people, if you are faithful to the Most High, they are going to be afraid of you. I'm telling you, watch and see. They are already afraid of me. And their fear for me will become more immense, that they will be afraid even to look at me when I'm walking. I'm telling you. And it's not because I'm special. It's because I am faithful, unconditionally faithful to the Most High God. A lot of you want to be called successful, and you all do all kind of nastiness to get opportunity as the white man have prescribed, and you think you're you think you are successful, but you're not. You're failures. The only reason why we came on this earth is so that we can get the opportunity to be restored back to the Most High as Adam was. And if you fail in doing that, you've failed in living. You've failed to accomplish your primary goal on the earth. And that is a fact. So my people, when hard times come, when you have opposition, and when things are not working out for you, don't bicker and complain and ask why and gripe. Ask the Most High God, Father, what lessons are you hoping for me to learn from these experiences? And when you learn those lessons, pay attention to them carefully and share what you learn, because what you learn is not normally for you only. It is for you to teach others so they can come up with you as you elevate and become as spiritual as you and get the blessings, the mercies, the grace, and the love from the Most High. My name is Chief Strumblad. I'm St. Vincent and Grenadines' favorite and music, the diaspora.